Denver Broncos, 8 wins. I have the Denver Broncos pretty low. 6 to 8. Right in the same category. I think the Broncos will actually be a little more down to the 6 mark than they will be a little bit higher to the 8 mark, but we'll have to see. They predict that the Broncos have a chance to win an extra game, but a chance to lose a couple extra. So they're predicting these teams to do a little bit worse than they are to do a little bit better. Broncos' schedule has the potential to be pretty punishing, featuring a 5-game stretch that includes the Chiefs twice, the Jets, and after a Week 9 bye, the Bills. In fairness, the AFC is stacked. Overall, my model projects the teams in the AFC to win 6 more games than the NFC teams. So of the 272 games, it's 139 wins for the AFC and 133 for the NFC. Usually there's maybe 1.5 or 2 games separating the conferences, tops. Early down success on offensive flags as a key area determining whether the Denver tracks to the ceiling or to the floor. So they're going to be really watching the penalties with the Broncos. I'm really watching Russell Wilson and the chemistry there. Well, I do believe that Russell Wilson is washed, and we're going to see it again this year. Tennessee Titans, they have them at 8 wins. I do believe that the Tennessee Titans are trending down. I do agree with that. I have them at the 6 to 8 mark, and I think they have a better chance of actually maybe getting into that 9 to 11 category. I do believe they have a chance to do that, but I put them in the 6 to 8 because Derrick Henry's been taking a lot of hits. And even though they beefed up their offense a little bit, they're trending down, and there's no denying that. It's looking like win the AFC South or bust for the Titans. 2 teams from the division make the playoffs in just 8.1% of model simulations. For Tennessee, aside from staying healthy, which is something all teams need, both lines likely will determine how the season goes. If it all comes down together as planned and DeAndre Hopkins helps open up space near the line of scrimmage, then the Titans could steal a playoff berth from the Jaguars. So they're predicting that the Steelers and Jaguars could be in contention for the postseason, and I believe that the Jaguars are trending a little bit more upward than the Tennessee Titans, and the Jaguars could actually win that out. Oh, they have the Patriots at 8 wins. And I have the Patriots at 9 to 11. Not doing too much better. They think that the Patriots will be topping out at 9 wins with a floor of 6 wins. Tough saying. Really want this to be the truth. Don't know if it will be the truth. The Patriots, I think, are a little bit better than what people believe they are, but I'm not going to say it here and say they're like playoff contention, but I feel that they are enough to slide into the playoffs if some other teams make some mistakes. They're good enough to shake things up, is what I'm saying. And they have them as a team that will not do any of that at having them at 8 wins. And I do believe the Patriots could be enough of a threat to kick another team out of the postseason, and they go in. So with that being said, their paragraph for the Patriots says, among AFC teams, the Patriots have the 2nd hardest schedule in the first 4 weeks of the season. According to my math, however, if new offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien can get play action to work well, so the run ball with Ramondre Stevenson and allow play action passes to follow, this projection trends towards the ceiling. This might sound simple, but it's definitely not an easy thing to do. The other thing is they did pick up another running back too. Didn't they pick up Ezekiel Elliott or whatever? So they could use him as a power back. I would like to see Ezekiel Elliott be used. I think they could do that. I think they could get away with that. And we have to remember that he could be in the backfield and good for like some power plays. We're looking at the Las Vegas Raiders. They have them at 6 wins. I have the Raiders at 6 to 8, and I do believe that they will trend right in that middle to 6 to 7, and they have a ceiling of 8.9 with a floor of 5.6. The Raiders' first 4 games look to be very challenging at Broncos, Bills, and Steelers, and Chargers. While the pass rush projects to improve, solving challenges on the back end, especially early in the season, would go a long way toward changing the upside case for the Raiders this season. They got Jimmy Garoppolo, man. I don't know what the Raiders are expecting to get out of him. They're not going to do good. Like, Jimmy looked good for the 49ers because the 49ers are an elite offensive team. He's not going to look good for the Raiders. Going from Derek Carr to Jimmy Garoppolo is literally a lateral move. That, if not a downgrade, honestly. Maybe not much of a downgrade, but possibly a downgrade. Not an upgrade. No way an upgrade. Houston Texans, they have them potentially at 6 wins. I have them going 0-2 potentially. 0 wins to 2 wins. So I want to see what they have to say about this. They have a good ceiling for them. They don't really have much of a floor for the team, so they're pretty steady at that they might get 5 to 6 wins. Interesting. My models show the Texans, who won 3 games last season, have improved significantly. I don't know what they seen that I didn't see. And that their defense in particular is poised to take a step forward in 2023. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. They have added a new head coach, formerly the 49ers defensive coordinator, as well as 3rd overall pick, Will Anderson Jr., and should benefit from a healthier Derek Stingley Jr. If they can shore up the run defense and improve the run offense, it should take some pressure off rookie quarterback CJ Stroud as he gets acclimated to the NFL. Here's the thing. They have a rookie quarterback. Rookie quarterbacks, I'm not saying it's impossible. They usually struggle their first year, or at best they do mediocre. It's a new game. The NFL to college is a whole new game. Players are hitting harder. Players want it more. And especially on opening weeks, you don't know what's going to happen to CJ. He could get literally injured in the first play of the game because he might not be prepared for what's coming into him. Some veteran comes running across the field and smokes him. Welcome to the NFL. That's how that could go. I'm not saying, and there's a lot of hype around him. And normally when there's a lot of hype around a particular player or team, for that matter, they're not as good as what people are predicting. Normally not. It's usually the players that don't get talked about as much that are somewhat better. Like, you don't ever hear social media, the NFL networks talking about Patrick Mahomes other than like, oh, he won the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. But if he does something truly amazing, then they'll talk about it. But you never hear them hardly ever talk about Mahomes unless they kind of have to. And he's a great quarterback. He's the best quarterback in the league right now. But you hear him talk about CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, and these quarterbacks haven't even played yet. So they could potentially do good. They could potentially do bad. All I'm saying is, when I see people on the NFL Network and these podcasts going, oh, this player's going to do really good, it's like, ha, probably not, because you're talking about him. Like, if they feel the need to hype a player up, they're probably not going to do as good as what they're hyping up to be. Indianapolis Colts, 5 wins. That's what they have with the Indianapolis Colts. And guess what? I have them right there too. 3 to 5 wins. I think they could get closer to that 5. I'm guessing more in that 4 range, right in the middle. But my models look like rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson a lot. I saw him in person when the Colts visited the Bills this preseason, and I somehow think he's gotten faster since the NFL scouting combine. I will be tracking him all season, and I'm certain he will be a fast learner. Fast learner is one thing. Being fast doesn't mean squat. A lot of these teams right now are looking for these dual threat run first quarterbacks. That's not always the case. Right, some of the best quarterbacks to ever step foot on the gridiron were Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, right? You got Joe Montana, Johnny Unitas. A lot of these players were not athletic at all, but they know how to throw the pigskin.